Hey everyone! In today's video, we're going to practice English in a fun and interactive way. Are you ready to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and listening skills? Let's jump in. Today, I'm going to share an interesting and funny story about a vacation in London. But before we get started, let me explain how you can make the most out of this video for your English practice. We'll be using a technique called shadowing. Have you heard of it? Shadowing is a simple but super effective method to improve your English. Here's how it works. First, you'll listen to me as I read the story. Then you'll repeat after me, copying my pronunciation, tone, and rhythm. You can also follow along with the text on the screen. Don't worry if it feels a little difficult at first. It gets easier the more you practice. Shadowing helps you sound more natural in English and builds your confidence in speaking. So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get started. Remember, making mistakes is part of the learning process, so don't be afraid to try. Now, let me introduce the story. I'll be reading it clearly and naturally, and you'll see the words on the screen. This will help you listen and read at the same time. The story is about a funny mistake someone made during their vacation in London. I've transcribed it for you so it'll be easy to follow. Pay attention to the words and phrases I use because we'll review them together later. Trust me, you're gonna learn a lot from this. Let's dive in. Story time. I arrived in London this week. It's my first time in this amazing city, and I'm so excited. Everything feels so new and interesting. The streets are busy, people look happy, and the city sounds full of energy. I can't wait to explore. After a long flight, I finally arrived at my hotel. It was beautiful, big windows with a view of the River Thames. I walked to the reception desk and gave the receptionist my name. She smiled and said, "Welcome. Here's your key card. Your room is number 207. Have a great stay." I smiled back and said, "Thank you." Then I took my suitcase and headed to the elevator. I pressed the button for the second floor, and the elevator doors opened with a soft ding. The hallway was quiet and smelled fresh, like flowers. I found room 207, swiped my key card, and the door unlocked. The room was cozy and clean. There was a big bed with white pillows, a desk by the window, and a small table with 2 chairs. I unpacked my things, took a quick shower, and went out to explore. London is amazing. I saw Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and even took a ride on the London Eye. By the end of the day, I was tired but happy. I couldn't wait to get back to my hotel room and rest. But little did I know, something unexpected was about to happen. When I returned to the hotel, it was already dark. I was sleepy and just wanted to lie down. I took the elevator to the second floor, walked down the hallway, and found room 207. I swiped my key card and the door unlocked. But as soon as I walked in, I noticed something strange. There was a suitcase by the bed, and it wasn't mine. I thought to myself, did I leave my suitcase here? Then I saw clothes on the chair. Wait a minute, I whispered to myself. I didn't leave clothes there. I looked around the room. The shoes by the door weren't mine either. My heart started to race. Am I in the wrong room? I thought. I looked at the key card in my hand. It said 207. No, I told myself, this is my room. But something didn't feel right. Suddenly, I heard a noise. The bathroom door opened. My heart nearly stopped. Who was in there? Was it the hotel staff? Another guest? A man walked out of the bathroom, and he looked just as surprised as I felt. He froze, holding a towel in his hand. Then he said, "Who are you? What are you doing in my room?" I was so embarrassed. My face turned bright red. I stuttered, I think I'm in the wrong room." The man raised an eyebrow. "This is room 207, he said. "Yes," I replied, holding up my key card. "Look, it says 207. The man walked closer, showed me his key card, and it also said 207. But then he pointed to something on the card I hadn't noticed before. It said, "Third floor." My jaw dropped. "I'm on the second floor," I said. I had gone to the wrong floor by mistake. "I'm so sorry," I quickly said. "I didn't mean to come into your room." The man laughed and said, "It's okay. Just make sure to check your floor next time." I apologized again and ran out of the room as fast as I could. My face was so red, I felt like a tomato. I went back to the elevator, pressed the button for the third floor, and my hands were shaking a little. I couldn't believe I made such a silly mistake. When I finally got to the third floor, I walked down the hallway and found the real room, 207. I swiped my key card, and the door unlocked. This time, everything was exactly as I left it. My suitcase was by the bed. My clothes were neatly folded, and there was no one else in the room. I sat on the bed and started laughing. It was so embarrassing, but also funny. I imagined the man telling his friends about the strange person who walked into his room by mistake. I thought to myself, this is a story I'll never forget. It was a good reminder to always double-check your room number and floor. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about what happened. What if the man hadn't been so nice? What if he had called security? I felt lucky that everything turned out okay, but I also learned something important. Mistakes happen to everyone, and sometimes they lead to funny stories. Instead of feeling embarrassed, I decided to laugh about it and share the story with others. After all, it's not every day that you walk into the wrong hotel room. The next morning, I saw the man in the hotel lobby. He smiled and waved at me. "Hi, room 207, he said, laughing. I laughed too and said, "Hi, thanks for not calling security on me." We both laughed, and I realized that this little mistake had made my trip even more memorable. From now on, whenever I check into a hotel, I'll make sure to double-check the floor and the room number. But no matter how careful I am, I'll always remember my funny adventure in London. Everyone makes mistakes, right? This story shows us something important. Even embarrassing moments can teach us valuable lessons. Walking into the wrong hotel room was a simple mistake, but it reminded me of how easy it is to overlook small details, like checking the floor number. Sometimes, in life and while learning English, we rush, we feel nervous, and we make mistakes. But that's okay. Instead of feeling ashamed, it's better to laugh, learn, and move on. Mistakes are part of growing. Just like I learned to double-check my hotel room, you can learn to double-check your words and sentences when practicing English. And remember, even if you make a mistake, most people will be kind and understanding, just like the man in the story. So, what's the lesson here? Don't let mistakes stop you. Whether you're learning English or traveling to a new place, mistakes are opportunities to grow. Laugh about them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Let's practice. Now let's look at some useful phrases and vocabulary from today's story. These are words and expressions you can use while traveling or even in everyday life. Let's break them down and practice together. At the hotel, "Oh, I think I'm in the wrong room." Use this phrase when you realize you've entered the wrong room. Example, I told the man, "I think I'm in the wrong room." "Oh, I'm so sorry." A polite way to apologize when you make a mistake. Example, when I realized my mistake, I said, "I'm so sorry." "Oh, what are you doing here?" A question you can ask if someone is in the wrong room. Example, the man asked me, "What are you doing here?" Vocabulary for hotels and rooms. O key card, a card you use to unlock your hotel room. Example, I swiped my key card to open the door. O floor, the level of the building where your room is. Example, my room was on the third floor, not the second floor. O hallway, the long area with doors to rooms on each side. Example, I walked down the hallway to find my room. Time to practice. Let's practice these phrases together. Repeat after me. I think I'm in the wrong room. I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. Mistakes happen. Key card. Hallway. Great job. These phrases are super useful when staying in a hotel or traveling. Try using them next time you practice English or on your next trip. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed the story and learned something new. Remember, you can watch this video as many times as you want to improve your English. The more you repeat, the better you'll get at pronunciation, rhythm, and building confidence. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are also learning English. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun lessons. Before we go, remember this: mistakes are a natural part of learning, not just in English, but in life. So don't be afraid to make them. Laugh about them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. See you in the next video, and as always, happy learning!